All right, looks like we are live. Hello everybody, Blue Dooley, and it has been a while since we have done a live stream. The new Nebraska DLC just came out not that long ago, and they released a JCB equipment DLC. So we're already in Nebraska, and I've already done 2 loads already. So I figured Memorial Day would be a good day to hop in and do a little live stream. Good evening, as it is after dinner for me. And of course, today is to remember all the troops who didn't make it home. So if you went out and honored them, then that's a good thing. We kind of stayed home. But we do got a load already. And I'll probably have to adjust some audio levels here in a little bit. And I'm not going to leave the camera up that long. So, in fact, I'm actually going to get rid of it here. Hey, White Fang, how are you doing? I'm doing pretty good. Let's see here. Go over here and get rid of me. Alright, there we go. Now we'll come back here in the game. And we'll adjust some sounds. I don't think we need the navigation or UI menu music. Okay, let's switch to here. If I can get up here. There we go. Now I can see all my screens better. So we're hauling compact generators from Chandron, Nebraska over to Norfolk, Nebraska. We are driving the Superliner as it's my preferred truck. Now, I haven't been in the new update super long, so this is update 1.5. And they redid a lot of the UI and menus. So if it looks really different from what you're used to, that's why they updated everything. As you can see here, we've got 2 of the Cruising Nebraska events done. And let's bring up the world map here. So we're just kind of left Valentine, heading over here to Norfolk. And I started out in Tulsa and ran up here to Alliance, then ran through Scotts Bluff over to Rollins, and then we came up here to Chadron, and now we're over here at Valentine. But let's get back in the truck and we'll see if we gotta adjust volumes. That is, well, it looks pretty loud on that screen, so give me a minute here and we will knock that down a little bit. There we go. At least now it's not peaking. So of course, as with all the cruising events, you have to have a World of Trucks account tied into it, which means we're stuck doing 65 everywhere. Might need to adjust my brain. I do have, I'll give you a heads up, I do got a few texture issues I've noticed with some wheels and tires and some truck sides, like paint schemes. And that's probably due to mods not having been updated for 1.5 yet. But most everything else seems to be looking pretty good. You got voice navigation now. That's fine. stop outside here. So as you can see, we got a load of JCB generators on our step deck. I have not played Fallout 76. We'll stay outside for a little bit since it's kind of sunny now, and we want to check out the state scenery. Looks like we got a tour bus broke down here on the side. Yeah, at least the jake brake's not peaking my audio, so that's better. The little town of Bassett.
Go straight on, and then keep right.
Okay, will do.
Keep right, and then continue straight on.
Not sure if I like the voiced GPS or not. Hey, settle down there, van. Hope everyone did have a good weekend. We got a little work done on the monster truck. This is American Truck Sim. And we're currently in Nebraska. But we gotta wait for payday so I can get some more parts for the monster truck, and I haven't still settled on a paint scheme yet. So next weekend we'll probably be working on the trailer for the grand hauler again. I got some new material. We're gonna go about that a little differently. Yeah, this is the newest version of American Truck Sim, and the truck I'm driving is a mod truck that I paid for, just because Superliner is my favorite truck. And I don't know what I have my rain set at, but it's raining on me a lot. I might have to turn that down.
Straight on.
Tractor going really slow. I'd expect to see that in Nebraska or Idaho. Although you could be over on the shoulder. Jackass. Hello, Big A. But I am hoping next weekend to get some decent progress on the trailer for the grand hauler built. And we have more people not knowing what they're doing here. Nothing like a left turn from the shoulder. That's pretty good. Oh, neat. Radar. That's the first one of those I've seen in the game. Radar on a speed limit sign. That's kind of cool. I didn't pay attention to see what town we just rolled into, though.
Go straight on.
But we're going to try brazing some brass tubing or soldering brass tubing to build the frame for the trailer. The key stock I was using is just not really easy to weld. So I threw away the original version of the trailer, so we're going to try version 2 this upcoming weekend. It's been a while since I've done a live stream, so I thought we should jump in the game, check out Nebraska, and kind of hang out. Let's see here. Are we going to have to pull in to get weighed? Yep. Where? This is a mod truck from Dailingwu. It's the Max Superliner.
I'll find a new route.
You don't need to find a new route because we're going into the port.
Reroute. Please, make a reconsider when possible.
Don't need to do that either.
When possible, make a U-turn.
We're facing the right way. It's a pretty nice mod. It is a pay mod though. But Superliner's pretty much my favorite truck, so I was okay with spending some money to get the truck. But yeah, it's a really good looking mod. Pretty decent amount of customization you can do to it too. Forget what engine I'm running in it right now though. Don't remember if I'm running a Mac engine or I got some Z mods engine packs, so I might be running a big horsepower Cummins too. I tell you, some of them pay mods are actually a little nicer than the base game trucks, as well as some of the sounds. But this truck's the only truck I got as a pay mod. I do have all of Z mods Cummins engines. So this is either like a 600 horsepower Mac V8 or a 800 horsepower Cummins. I don't remember. The only thing I don't like about the World of Trucks contracts is you're always stuck running 65. We got the color match step deck trailer. Yeah, I like these mods. And the interior of the truck's really well modeled as well. You got my Triceratops from the Wyoming DLC, SISL's accessories pack, so that's where the bobblehead came from. I think maybe the fan too. Just about where we're going. Roundabouts. I hate roundabouts in a truck. I never really built big enough for trucks most of the time.
It's all over.
Let's see here. They wanted inside, I kind of figured. Windows got messed up. There we go. Boland's Open Diff. Yeah. I don't know that one. But yeah, the updates kind of mess up a bunch of mods. Seems like that Fallout Next Gen update pretty much made the game unplayable with all the mods I got on it. Ooh, are they gonna let us pull all the way through? Well, that's awful nice of them. It was nice of them to even have all their junk out of the way, because usually they try to do their best to park everything in the way to get in here. Let's see how we did. 298 miles, took us an hour and 20 minutes. 167 World of Truck contracts completed, and we're up to level 76 now. Alright, since we're here and they usually have flatbed loads at equipment places. Let's see here, Norfolk to Norfolk. North Platte. Gotta be, I think the contracts have got to be over 100 miles, so. Yeah, I think the console update, those mods get updated a little better than the PC ones. I don't know. So let's take a tractor over to North Platte for 12 grand. That's a nice easy haul. The mod authors for ATS update pretty quick.
Okay, here we go.
Guess I don't need Jake brakes on in reverse. I think the one that's got mine kind of boogered up at the moment's extended dialogue. I got a couple of mods that need extended dialogue to work. I don't know. I got frustrated with it and started playing this instead. So let's see if we go 0. You can actually get out and look at the load. And the truck a little better. So we got the 4220 Icon Fast Track. It's got a cool looking tractor. And we got chain on 4 corners. So. Yeah, that's our setup today.
Ready to run.
Oop, apparently I didn't have my parker brake set. And I thought the truck strobes work, but my trailer strobes aren't working. But the trailer strobes haven't worked for like the last couple of updates. I haven't tried going into a shop and taking them off the trailer and driving it a bit and then putting it back on the trailer.
Turn right. Turn right.
Okay. The GPS in the game's about as pushy as it is in real life. I knew all we'd have to do is stick our nose out far enough. And that's sometimes what you gotta do in real life too. At least when you're driving a truck through a roundabout. Now I do have a traffic mod that increases traffic, so which sometimes isn't a good mod to have because it can sometimes take forever to get through traffic lights. Especially since the AI doesn't always know what it's doing. Come on! Yeah, get out of the way, ass monkey.
Go straight on.
While it is not realistic, I do have the no damage mod on because the AI is absolutely terrible sometimes. Although, people in real life are kind of terrible too, so. I've not actually seen the AI do anything in game that I haven't seen someone do in real life while truck driving, so the level of dumb pretty accurate in their AI. That and sometimes when I'm not streaming I just like to not obey traffic laws and just shove people out of the way. Dumpling Palace. That sounds good. I have to say though, with this patch or update, the weather does look a little better. And they were supposed to increase like the resolution on the scenery, like the trees and stuff. But the biggest problem with roundabouts when you're driving a truck, besides they're not usually big enough for a truck, so that makes other people in the roundabout not sure what to do when you're in the roundabout, because half the time you got to take up both lanes to get around a roundabout with a trailer. And it's even worse when you're oversized. So I've I run over a lot of curbs and roundabouts doing my job as I drive truck for hauling trusses, so I'm pretty much always in residential areas or places you're not supposed to have a truck. I think I've actually been to Nebraska before. Well, or in real life, I should say. Been to Scottsbluff, North Platte, a few times.
Go straight on.
Wanderlust RV. That kind of looks like the scratch and dent aisle right there. Yeah. Ooh, I feel for you on school buses, man. My wife's a teacher. I don't know how people put up with kids. So I like being construction. I don't even really have to deal with too many people because most of the time when I show up, the framers aren't even there. So I can kind of get my job done and not even really talk to anybody. I did work on school buses for a little bit as a mechanic, but yeah. Hearing some of the bus drivers talk, it's like, nope, I'll just stay a mechanic. I set the cruise, and that'll mean the speed limit will go up, because that's always what happens. I'd imagine preschool kids probably are better behaved than high school kids. We got somebody pulled over for speeding or broke down. And we got a Jeep not even doing 60. But yeah, I'm just glad finally it's picking up at work. We've been so slow this year that haven't even begun getting. Yeah, had to haven't even hardly got 40 hours every week this year. So last week was busy, thankfully. So
Go straight on.
looks like work's finally picking up, which will be nice.
Keep right, and then turn right.
There's a nice looking trailer.
Turn right.
And a couple old hot rods. Not getting enough hours at work. Oh, it's a food trailer. Okay. Guess they don't need my wipers on anymore. I tell you, construction's always feast or famine. There's not really any in between. Yeah. I think some contractors just don't know if they should build or not because of interest rates or little worried if the interest rates and housing prices stay up too high.
Go straight on.
We're going to have another 2008 and it's going to crash again. What do we get to take a picture of over here? Some kind of a memorial. Guess we'll check that out. Let's see here. Andrew Jackson Higgins National Memorial. Yeah. Well, and material costs have gone so high. I guess we can't get any closer.
Go straight on.
Well, and housing, I don't know where you're at, but housing prices here are ridiculous for Idaho. There's no reason a 3-bedroom house should be $400,000 in a little farm town in the middle of nowhere. That's just ridiculous. You're not gonna be able to afford that on, farm or factory work. I mean, they do pretty good where I'm at. I couldn't afford a new house. Northwestern Pennsylvania? Yeah. I've been through Pennsylvania. It's been a while though. We drove out from Wyoming to see some family in Connecticut. 2010 was the last time I was out that way. Pennsylvania's pretty. You got all the trees.
Go straight on.
That's pretty bad too. Well, I suppose it depends on how new they are. I haven't ever priced a trailer.
Turn right.
I know in Wyoming they go for a pretty penny. I've just spent so much time out here in the West that you go east, it feels claustrophobic even when you're in the middle of nowhere.
Turn left.
Drive 10 minutes, you're in a different town. Well, maybe not that bad everywhere, but when you grow up in Wyoming, and it's 45 minutes to the nearest Walmart
Go straight on.
that was in a different town. That's pretty much what it is out here anymore too. Dirt's expensive, especially with all the farmland. I think there's some lots on the canyon that are almost 300,000 for solid rock out by the canyon. So you almost have to pay someone to blast the rock just so you can get your foundation poured. Big Piney? Been through Big Piney? Yeah. Well, I think... Well, part of Idaho's problem is all the people from Washington and California sold their houses for a ton of money there, and they could buy, a big house, like twice as big as they sold, and pocket a bunch of money. So, I mean, a lot of people were making money to move out here, and that kind of really drove the prices up a lot. I mean, it kind of nice because it kept us busy, but I actually graduated high school in Laramie, Wyoming. Two miles to Grand Rapids. I didn't get too far east in Nebraska a lot, but my dad was doing mobile MRI. I'd actually go with him, and we go up to Sydney and some of the smaller little towns on the western side of Nebraska quite a bit. I tell you, I think SCS has been doing a really good job with these latest updates. Like the cities might not be 100% accurate, but just because of the assets, they don't want to make a million different assets for every town. But things like statues and murals on buildings, or important buildings, they do a really good job on those. It's been a while since I've been to Big Piney, but if you go out to Wyoming, you really got to set aside a couple of days so you can go up and see Yellowstone. It's Yellowstone and the Tetons are definitely two places that they're worth seeing. Yeah, they've done awesome work with their 3D models. You can get to Devil's Tower, Wyoming, in the game, and it doesn't look too bad. Yellowstone, you don't get to see much of the park, but you're not really supposed to take a truck into the park anyways. But if you go through Twin Falls in the game, in the middle of town there's a horse statue pulling a plow. The couple of the stores around it aren't right, but the horse and the plow are really there in town. So, in like the arch here, I've seen the arch a couple of times. So yeah, this kind of stuff always blows me away when I go someplace that I haven't been before, because I'm like, wow, that's that's what that really looks like. That's cool. Although it looks like that wing's a little in there weird. Yeah. Well, Wyoming's so big, and it takes you drive through a lot of nothing to get places. Like I think it's 8 hours from Laramie to Yellowstone, and you're in the same state. But yeah, if you go, you definitely need at least 2 or 3 days just to go up to see Yellowstone. The park's humongous, and it is one of those places. I think if you've ever been interested in going, you definitely want to go. I would recommend going kind of late in the fall, like October, after all the kids are in school. That way it's not as crowded. Yeah, like I said, I got family out on the East Coast, so when they came out and visited us in Wyoming, it's like, how long does it take to get there? Hour or two. That's kind of the only bummer about the game. Is the map's so condensed. It doesn't really convey how much open nothing there is in some of these western states. You know, it's at 75, 80 miles an hour, it's 45 minutes from Laramie to Cheyenne, and there's nothing between them. Or, you know, even Laramie to Twin Falls is almost 9 hours. Yeah, it's somewhere around there. I mean, I get why they do it, because if it were a little more accurate, people would really be bored driving through most of these western states. Yeah, you get in places in Wyoming and Montana, you might be the only person for an hour in every direction. Because I've been in Idaho now 10 years, going on 11. And there are places north of Casper, you get out of town and you don't get any cell service, you don't get any FM radio stations, there's nothing.
Finding a new route.
Well, and some of the cities would take forever to get through too if it was full scale. Or 1-to-1 scale, I guess. Yep. You've been through Nebraska, you kind of know what Kansas and Oklahoma are like too. A lot of Texas. A lot of flat, a lot of farm. They did kind of flatten some of the Rocky Mountains, though. My dad I used to joke about when you're going along I-44 through Arizona, New Mexico, Nevada. You know, you're
Turn left.
driving down highways that haven't been repaved in 50 years and dodging potholes that'll swallow a Cadillac. And the speed limit's 75. And then at the time, you hit Texas, you can see the other side of Texas, and the speed limit went down to 70. Of course, now Texas is all pretty much 80, I think. Come on, before the light turns red on me. It's here. We still have plenty of fuel, so we're not going to bother stopping.
Go straight on.
And we got a dealer. International dealer. I went to tech school in Phoenix, and yeah, Phoenix is humongous.
Turn right.
Although I do have to say, out of all the places I've been, like major city-wise, there is no city easier to get around than Phoenix. Whoever started planning streets in Phoenix is like, you know what? Numbered streets run north-south on the west side of town. Numbered avenues run north-south on the east side of town. All named streets run east-west. And it's on a mile grid. It's the easiest city to get around in the world, I think. We're slowing down. Yeah, San Antonio's just circles inside circles. And we were in San Antonio not that long ago visiting a friend. And yeah, everywhere in San Antonio is 20 minutes, except you got to get on one of the interstate loops to get there. You can't just go straight there. But
Go straight on.
I lived in Phoenix in 2000 and 2001 for tech school. And yeah, Phoenix was easy to get around. Of course, I really like Mexican food. You could get really good Mexican food in Phoenix and San Antonio too.
Get ready. Turn right. Turn right.
Turn signal on. Yep. Like the buffalo on that fence post. Those are cool. That's the kind of stuff I like that they put in the game.
Turn left. You have arrived at your destination. Your route guidance is now finished.
Well, thank you, GPS. Let's see. I bet since it's up against the building, we better go this way. That's way more trailer than that combine needs, but we came this way. Now I suppose how far forward can we sneak through here? Apparently my backup beeper isn't working. Or have that sound turned off, I guess, maybe. Alright, 270 miles, took us 33 minutes. And we made 14,000 bucks. Sweet. Since we're flatbedding it, anyways, it's here. How many miles is that? 147. Actually, I guess I should see how many I got done. That brought us up to 4. Alright, well, have a good night. Thanks for stopping by, saying hi. Appreciate it. Let's see here. It does. Yes, sir, it does. Yeah, let's see what the event page looks like. I agree. Let's see here. How are we doing? Yeah. Already redeemed. Let's see here. Okay. Yeah. So, as you can see, 168 jobs for World of Trucks contracts, 3,794 tons, and driven 62,000 miles. But let's see here. Delivery log. Let's see here. So we got Jadrin, Norfolk, North Platte. That will find us something else to haul here. Oops. Let's click on the wrong one. North Platte to Grand Island, Lincoln, or Omaha. Let's see if we can go to Omaha. Oh, there's waste pepper. Omaha. That's here. Montana, McCook. That's not far enough. The other Omaha job paid better. I gotta find it again. Oh, it was waste paper. And no, it didn't pay better. Yeah, I lost it. Yeah, let's go there. I prefer hauling equipment. Okay. And that was an interesting ad.
Drive safe.
Let's see here. Since we're empty, we'll raise 2 of the 3 trailer axles, so we're not scrubbing the tires up. That's also a mod. It's just called Wheels Up. And when you're empty, you can pick up,
Turn right.
lift your axles so you're not dragging them all the time. Apparently it's only 25 through here. Oops.
Turn left.
Oops. Boogered that turn up. I thought that black car was going to come into our lane. It's kind of nice to be back in the game. I did take a break from it for a little bit, but and I know the live streams don't usually do good for me, but it's a lot easier to live stream the game and chat to people than it is to live stream from the garage. Yeah, those pink wheels there though. They'll come up. I'm not sure what's causing that. Mod conflict or an out-of-date mod or something.
Move straight on.
My wife and I went out to the trail along the Snake River Canyon today
Keep left.
to do a little filming with the Red Cat hauler, and it went okay. Not thrilled with what we got, but you can always go out and film it again. Did have to 3D print some new hubs for the monster truck, so I need to get those installed and tested. then I got that body to paint. Kind of have an idea how I'm going to do it, but might look online for some photos. Maybe paint it up like a real truck. But I've never been a fan of trying to make it look like a real truck. I've always kind of just wanted to paint it how I wanted to paint it. I mean, to me, that's a big part of the fun is. Excuse me. To me, that's a big part of the fun is painting it how you want. Let's here, get loaded up.
Time to hit the road. Hey, let's find a new route.
Don't need a new route. We just got to get out to the road.
Get ready. Right.
The in-game voice
Turn right.
GPS is as aggravating as Google is. I have a hard time believing it was just 25 through here.
Get ready.
Let's speed on there. Speed limit, I'd say. 65.
Turn right.
Definitely worth sticking tuned to the channel because I do got a fair bit of stuff planned for this summer. We're already kind of talking as a group about another Dig Days event this year. And I'm sure one of these times we'll get a pretty big group out rock crawling somewhere, either in the canyon or maybe out at Indian Springs. Got some work on the full-size truck to do.
Keep right.
Pardon me.
Turn right.
So, definitely lots I'd like to get accomplished. Not sure if it all is going to happen, but I have a lot of things I'd like to get done. Really hoping to maybe get the truck painted or wrapped this summer, as it really desperately needs something done to some body work done to it. problem is finding a space to do it, as my truck won't fit in my own garage. Although one of the drivers I work with, he has a big enough shop, I could get the truck in there. And he'd probably be willing to help me do it too. We might get a thunderstorm. Trav seemed to get a lot of rain here this game session. Let's see, we got half a tank. Yeah, we'll make it. We'll stop someplace else for gas. I'm not sure why it waits until you get to the speed limit sign before your GPS changes. That's really weird. Next weekend we'll be working on the trailer for the Grand Hauler, as I mentioned. I think trying to use some brass tubing and soldering or brazing it will be a little bit better route to go, as that key stock I was trying to use wasn't probably the best choice, because key stock's also fairly hard compared to regular cheap steel like you'd use for that kind of stuff. So got some brass tubing, I got some brass sheeting. And I think what I'll do is I'll actually start at the kingpin plate, kind of build the kingpin plate, the forward section of the kind of frame, get that sized right to where I want it, and then work on the rear suspension, the rear section of the trailer, and then I'll kind of splice the two halves together once I'm happy with it. The tubing also has the benefit of letting me run wires through it easier. The key stock and sheet metal probably would have worked better if I had a TIG machine instead of MIG, but I can braze or solder the brass fairly easy, so that might just be the better way to do it. Then we got the monster truck to work on, which, man, I can't tell you how happy I am to have that thing running again. It's been so long. And those J Concepts motors I put in it, man, those are nice motors. I think that truck's got a little more power than even the best modded motors I had at the time in it. And of course, even a cheap speed controller has more functions and controllability than more fine tuning than even the best stuff back then. So yeah, it definitely put a smile on my face driving that truck for the first time in a long time. I said, probably ain't gonna ever get it racing because there just isn't a monster truck group around here. Pardon me. But might take it out to the racetrack and do a couple laps with it at least, just for fun. I mean, that's all monster trucks are. They're fun. I mean, I don't know how you can be in a bad mood driving a monster truck. And as happy as I am with the snowplow, I think I'm going to tear it down and modify it a little bit. And the plow itself needs a little reworking. The truck's fine, but the dump mechanism, I could use a little better dump mechanism in it just so I can haul more with the truck. So, not necessarily a rebuild, just some more tweaking. As that truck's fun to drive. The Grand Hauler's pretty fun to drive. The only problem with it is since I haven't really locked the differentials in it, out at Ed's place for dig days, if you load it too heavy, it just doesn't have the traction to get up to where you need to go to unload it. But I really want my own trailer for it. And I did see Bruder has a fairly sizable forklift in the same scale as the snowplow and the semi-truck, so I might have to RC myself a forklift. That'll be fun. Of course, I also got some construction equipment and tractors too, so an all plastic machine won't dig as good as a metal one, but for the kind of stuff I do, it'd work fine. It'd be fun. Yeah, we'll probably do some more live streaming over the summer. Just kind of depends on weather and workload and if I have parts to do what I want to do or not. So if I could figure out a way to live stream from the garage without too much hassle, I would, but I'm not really a big fan of welding or grinding around a laptop or my phone. That by the time you whip out a grinder, I mean, you're just going to deafen everybody watching. So, I mean, it'd be kind of fun, but actually, I suppose a garage stream would be alright if I didn't need to use power tools. Just kind of hanging out in the garage, kind of tinkering with stuff. That might work for a live stream. Lincoln, Nebraska. kind of hard to keep left because there's a truck right there. Yeah, I'd really like to get the truck wrapped or painted this year, because it just really needs it. And then, but still got some tuning to do on it, and get it back over to Boise and get it dynoed again, and actually have the shop do a full pull instead of just starting at 2,000 RPM and running it up, because 12 valve Cummins at 2,000 RPM, you're already outside its maximum horsepower. I really wasn't paying attention to it, and now that I've been thinking about it for a while, I think that's why the results were a little more disappointing than I would have liked, is because I didn't realize he wasn't doing a pull from like 1,000 RPM up. It was 2,000 RPM up, and the truck was already outside of its peak horsepower range by the time he started the pull. So I think a little tuning and get the truck over and dynoed again. And like I said, I'd really like to get the paint fixed, or get some primer and a few rough spots cleaned up on it and get it wrapped. As I really do like that truck, and I'd really like it to last a long time, because I don't want a new one. I don't even want a newer used one. Actually, I guess in 4 more years the truck will be 30 years old, so it'll technically be able to be registered as a classic. But would definitely like to get some more work done on the full-size truck this year. Here we are in Omaha. It's also about time to repaint the stacks again. I need to do that about every other year, just because of the road grime and stuff. Just kind of, well, I use spray paint, so it doesn't hold up.
Keep right. And then exit right.
Pretty good bolt of lightning. I do like a good thunderstorm.
Keep right. And then
All right, I'll keep right.
turn right.
And we've already been streaming for a little over an hour now. So we're going to get this unloaded and probably call it a day.
Exit right.
Get ready for work tomorrow. And I hope everybody that's been watching has a good weekend. And it looked like I should have a fairly busy week this week at work, so that'll be nice. Last week I actually got my first bit of overtime for the year, so that was a nice change.
Exit right.
Apparently that's
Get ready for the green light.
you can't see anything because it's dark and raining and there's trees in the way.
Turn left.
Wouldn't be a terrible place for a house, though.
Go straight on.
Okay, straight on it is.
Keep right, and then turn right. Turn right. Turn left.
Boy, we really kind of rolled way out here in the back, didn't we?
Turn left. Turn left.
There's not actually a checkpoint here. Kind of surprised. Usually they make you stop at the gate.
Here we are. Safe and secure.
Okay, where do you want it? Where we park stuff that make it hard difficult. We're gonna try looping around. So the pink's mod conflict or something, because it fixes itself once it gets closer. So I don't know if it's mod conflict or maybe a file's a little corrupt or something. And I know a lot of people who stream this game try to do it realistically and from the cab. But you can't see the cool truck if you do it from inside the cab. And since I drive truck in real life, I can cheat if I want to. So there. Boy, that cut really weird, didn't it? I'm not supposed to switch range in reverse either, but the game doesn't know that. Alright, let's see how we did. Excellent. We went 356 miles, took us 29 minutes, burned 48.7 gallons of fuel. That is 169. Nice. World of Trucks contracts completed, and we made $16,554 and got 875 XP. So that is going to do it for me. I appreciate everybody for tuning in. And again, hope everybody had a good weekend. And we will catch you in the next one.